Clement Malcolm. Property was posted on 7/20/21, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning. Senior Inspector Kaloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number is CE 1906-0783. The case address is 1239 Southwest 35th Avenue. This property was first inspected on July 11th, 2019, and the following violations were observed. 9304B, the gravel driveway is in disrepair. It is not well graded or dust free. 9305B has been complied. 47-34.1.A.1, there is illegal land use consisting of tables, chairs, tools, toolboxes, containers, and other miscellaneous items, and they're being stored outside at this RS8 zoned property. 47-34.4.B.1 has been complied. 9-306 has been complied, and 1812A has been complied. A pre-hearing inspection on August 9th, 2021 shows that the violation remains as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record as well. The city is requesting 10 days to comply for 47-34.1.A.1 or $50 a day thereafter, and 28 days to comply for violation 9304B or $50 a day thereafter.
All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
My name is Clement Malcolm.
All right. Anything you want to add to what the lady just said?
No, sir.
All right, very good. As to 9-305B, I find the violation does, 47-30,
9304B.
yeah, well, let's start with 9304B. I find the violation does exist. 20 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter. As to
28 days. Sorry.
28 days.
28.
28 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter. The remaining violation, I find exists 47-34.1.A.1. 10 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 36. Manny Garcia, the inspector. Case number CE 21050588, address 2150 Tanbeck Lane, owner Andrew Deme. This is a citation. The case was first cited on 5/18/2021 to comply by 5/18/2021. One section complied at 150, total 7,200. The city is requesting full amount, and there was no appeal.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21050588 in reference to the property 2150 Tanbeck Lane. On May 18th, 2021, a complaint was received in reference to the boat docked at the subject property that was getting worked on. An attempt was made to access the property and perform an inspection, but at the time, the owner did not grant permission to enter the property. Furthermore, access was granted by the Yacht Haven RV Park from across the canal in which the vessel in question was observed. As per the photos depict, the vessel was wrapped in paper and it appears that the vessel was being painted or getting body work done. Due to the findings, the citation was issued under Code Section 47-39.8.1.B.9 parentheses B. There is a vessel at the subject property that is having body work done and painted. The citation was posted to the property, allowing 24 hours to cease the work for compliance. After multiple inspections, the vessel was continued to be observed wrapped with blue tape and paper and other materials and objects used to work on the vessel. No contact was obtained from the owner to reinspect the vessel or provide evidence that the work was seized. On July 5th, 2021, contact was received from FLPD Marine Unit Officer Tom Stanger and was advised that the vessel sank while docked at the property. Shortly thereafter, on July 6th, the vessel was removed from the property, bringing the violation to compliance. I then received a call from the owner advising that the vessel had been removed. Due to the fact, the city is requesting the imposition of fines to the sum of $7,200.
I'm sorry, the city's requesting?
$7,200.
Okay. All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Andrew Demme.
right. What would you like to add to the situation?
On the May 18th was the initial date of the code violation for painting. We painted the boat a couple hours, painted the top arch. This sinking that they keep showing on the screen is not related to this case that we're here for today. That's closed. I have a sworn affidavit from the gentleman that was doing the painting. I wasn't doing it, saying that indeed there was painting on that one day for several hours, and there was no more painting after that. The city says that the boat was wrapped in blue tape and paint, blue tape and paper rather. That is correct. We did cease painting upon immediate notification. This gentleman presented himself at my residence, and I spoke to him late that day, maybe 5, 6 o'clock. The city contends that since the boat had paper and tape on it, that the work continued. The work had ceased immediately. We did not de-paper the boat because the boat was going to be removed and painted in a yard. Unfortunately, subsequent to that, the boat sank at the dock during the storm. In addition, my residence falls under an annexed portion of the city and has a different set of code ordinances, correct? That's correct. I went to Municode the day before to review, and it said that small amounts of painting and repair could be done to a vessel tied at the dock. So with that review of Municode, I assumed we were able to proceed. I have an affidavit if you wish to see it. It's notarized, and no further work was done. In addition, my street, the Tan Bark Lane, is the most popular street in the entire city of Fort Lauderdale for the calling of code violations. The neighbors are extremely aggressive, as everyone in this room that works for the city knows. My neighbor has over 200 calls of code violations into the city over the past 10 years. They fight with the Jungle Queen. Everybody in the city knows these people, and I can guarantee you that if we had painted one more hour after the original notification was given, that there would have been another call to the city, to Manny, and every single time we did any additional work, those people would have called, because their residence that's their residence right there in the back of the picture, and the boat stares right in their face. So I can give you my sworn testimony that we did not lift another finger on the vessel.
There's a legal issue here that we have to deal with. This gentleman want to add anything further? Do you want to speak? Yes.
Thank you, Special Magistrate Julio Davila, Co-Compliance Supervisor. I just want to put on the record that as Inspector Garcia stated, the gentleman never called to as he's supposed to. The onus is on them to make sure that the inspector's aware to come back and reinspect for compliance. In addition, this is a citation, and appeal was not received.
Yeah, sir, you were issued a citation, and in the citation it advised you had the right to appeal. The time to file the appeal expired, and you did not file an appeal. Therefore, under the ordinance, the violation is admitted. So I can't hear testimony today that the violation didn't exist. I can hear it, but I'm legally obligated to disregard it because, as a matter of law, the violation has been admitted. However, there is a procedure. Let's back up one step. Currently, I'm in a position where I have no option under the ordinance other than to impose the fine. However, there is a procedure to file for a reduction in the fine if you feel that there are some extenuating circumstances. And the lady back in the corner will speak to you about that if you want to, but under the ordinance today, I am required to impose the fine as requested by the city.
Your Honor, could you please bring to my attention where on this notice that I received multiple times?
I'm sorry, sir, whether you were aware or not aware. Not being aware of the
That's not my-
law is not an excuse that I can
Of course it's not. I'm
consider
asking you.
Okay, sir, the best thing for you to do today is speak to this lady over here. She will explain to
Fine,
you
thank you.
the reduction process. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your
Next
Honor.
case is on page 22. Inspector Murray. Case number C-19110241, address 5556 North Federal Highway. Owner, Belfour Investment LLC, care of Ryan. Case was first heard 9/23/2020 to comply by 10/14/2020. One section not complied at $200. Fines accrued to $59,800. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, all. Inspector Murray on behalf of the city, presenting case CE-19110241 for the location 5556 North Federal Highway. This case came before the special magistrate on September the 23rd, 2020, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. The property owner was given 21 days to bring the property into compliance with the compliance date of October the 14th, 2020. As of August the 8th, 2021, a pre-hearing inspection was conducted, which revealed that the violations remain. It is the city's position to impose the fines as read.
All right. The city's requesting full imposition of the.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Certainly. Good morning. My name is David Russo. I represent the owner of the Burger King, 7 restaurants, and Belfour Investments, who's the owner of the property.
I'm sorry. You represent the owner of the property?
Yes.
Tell me what that means.
Well, so,
Are you a lawyer?
no.
Okay.
I'm the director of construction for the company who operates the Burger King, who leases the property from Belfour Investments. We are responsible under our lease to maintain the property.
All right. But you're not the owner of the property.
I am not the owner of the property.
Well, we're full of legal issues today. All right.
I'm going to make this really easy. I think we're going to make it easy.
All right. Go ahead. Whatever.
So I agree, the fence is in disrepair, it needs to be fixed. Inspector Murray, we've met out there. He's the second officer we've had on the job. Leonard Champagne started the process. Since I got notice, been very diligent in trying to move this process forward. Right after the hearing that you guys mentioned, we had drawings produced, we filed for our permit. I've been in contact with Mr. Rinkus, Mr. Ford, Ms. Tooley on trying to get this project completed. I don't think I've gotten the cooperation from the city that I need to do this project quickly, effectively, and I think there's some mitigating circumstances. I've asked 3 or 4 times for a site meeting with decision makers so we can decide what type of fence, where it goes, how we deal with a couple of conditions. I would have had it done last year, but I need some help. I can't just go out there and start digging and I have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure my owner's protected and we don't spend money that's unnecessary.
All right.
We're trying to keep our doors
got
open
enough-
and people employed.
We have another difficult situation. You're not the owner and you're not the lawyer for the owner. And
I have a power of attorney.
I'm sorry. You do have a power of
Absolutely,
attorney.
absolutely. I've been
Okay,
entrusted to
all right.
resolve this case for the landlord.
Still, this was out of compliance for almost 300 days.
I'm completely aware, and I've offered to put up
I
temporary
understand.
fencing to
And
get it done.
Okay. I know this is not a citation case. All right. You were not issued a citation.
Correct.
But nevertheless, the better forum to resolve this issue, unless there's some agreement with the city. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor. Supervisor Stephanie Bass with the City of Fort Lauderdale. As stated, this violation has been occurring for almost a year now. So the city's stance is, at what point are we going to move forward with pulling the required permits and moving forward with correcting the violations at this
I'm
point.
ready to go, but we have some mitigating circumstances. We've got a canal head wall that the fence is presently embedded into. I'm not going into that head wall, so I have to move it. Now I'm off the property line. They told me I had to be on the property line with a concrete fence. I've got trees, I've got power lines, there's no easement. I just need some decision makers to walk out there with me, say, put it here, do this, do that, I'll draw the permits. I'll be done in 90 days.
Sir,
What decision makers are you referring to?
Building and landscape.
So have you started the permit
I've
process?
asked for, yes, I've had a permit filed for a year since the first hearing.
all right.
But I can't get anybody to meet me out there except Inspector Murray, who was very helpful, and he told me he was going to champion my case and bring it to the decision makers, and we'd move forward. That was at the beginning of March when I got this last
So
hearing.
what
I called
happens-
Inspector Murray. He said, that wasn't the case. I got pulled off that case. It's not mine. And it was just left to die. It was in the city's court.
So
I
what-
want to start. I want to get done.
Okay, so what happens when you pull a permit with the building department? You schedule appointments for inspections. When you schedule those appointments, the building department sends building inspectors that come out and they inform you what passed and what did not pass, what failed, why it fell,
No.
and they tell you what corrections need to be done in order for you to pass that permitting stage.
But again, I can't go out there, start working, not knowing how I'm going to
Okay,
complete.
sir,
and just keep paying. I
hang
just
on.
need a meeting.
The other thing, he's not in compliance.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Nothing we can do with the fine
Yeah.
today.
So at this point, the city is just asking for imposition of the fines at this point, and then he'll still have to go through the permitting process to see what he needs to do in order to come into compliance. Once he comes into the compliance, then he could come back before the magistrate to settle the fines.
Correct. That's the only thing I can do.
I'm fine with that, but I need someone out there
But
to look
that's not
at.
my job. I'm sorry.
You can't-
You need to talk to the city.
So what you can do is you can contact me, like I'll make sure that
Please.
you have my contact information, and I'll put you in contact with the right personnel that you need in order to go through the permitting
I've been
process.
in contact with the right
So contact
personnel.
me after the magistrate.
I
We'll
just
go
can't
from
get
there.
them to meet me.
No
30
problem.
minutes is all I ask.
Contact me, I'll put you
Okay,
on.
sir, there are other people waiting. We can't do anything
I'm
else
happy.
in front of the magistrate today.
Okay, I just want somebody to
Thank
come
you.
and
The
visit.
city's request to impose the fines
Thank you, Your Honor.
continue to accrue is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 4. Manny Garcia, the inspector. Case number CE 21020709. Address 2625 Sugarloaf Lane. Owner Janet Ann Nagorski. Property was posted 7/26/2021. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21020709 in reference to the property 2625 Sugarloaf Lane. This property was first cited on February 22nd, 2021 for the following violations. 9-308B, there is debris, trash, or other elements which is not permanent to the roof. The roof is not maintained at this time in clean condition. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and on the swale. 18-1 has been complied. Re-inspections were performed and found that the property remained in violation. The property owner removed the overgrown conditions at the front of the property, but an inspection was performed on August 4th, 2021 during waterway enforcement, in which found that the rear of the property remains in overgrown conditions. Furthermore, the roof of the property still requires cleaning and maintenance as the photos depict. Contact was first made with the property owner on August 8, 2021, in which a request for 42 days was made. Due to the facts at this time, the city requests 42 days for compliance or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
I'm sorry, how many days to comply?
42?
All right, ma'am, if you'll speak right into the microphone, move a little closer, please. Speak right into the microphone and state your name.
Janet Nagorski.
All right. Anything you'd like to add to what this gentleman said?
No, sir.
All right. Okay, I find the violations exist. 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter. Thank you, ma'am.
Next case is on page 38. Inspector Captain Robert Kasowitz. Case number FC 21040025. Address 880 West Sunrise Boulevard. Owner, First Coast Energy LLP.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is an order to reappear for FC 21040025 for 880 West Sunrise Boulevard. The violations are not in compliance, and we do have a respondent here to follow up on the order of reappearance. Anticipate today they should have some news for us moving forward as to how they're going to resolve the issues with this property.
Okay, I'm not recalling this case, but it's a mandatory reappearance. Goes back to June of this year. Okay, still not, neither violation is in compliance.
No compliance at this time.
No.
Both violations still exist.
All right, okay. And with fines starting 8/11. All right, sir. If you can pick the microphone up if you want to, but if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Yes, Trent Turner.
So tell me what you're doing to hopefully resolve these two violations.
Absolutely. So we are currently under contract with Miami Wrecking to demolish the structure that is in compliance. They are requesting a landscape survey, which we have retained a firm, if you will, to conduct said survey. I do have both of those documents available for your review if you would like. The survey is stated 4 to 5 weeks for them to provide that survey. Realistically, I think we can get it in 2 to 3. Pending that, the application for permit will be made with the city, but basically Miami Wrecking has hired a firm to execute permitting, and they are stating at this point we need to have that landscape survey. So we're just surveying the whole property as of now.
All right, so you're requesting an extension of how long?
Looking at the fact that they're going to have to go in for permitting for the demo permit along with sewer disconnect and utilities, we would support 91 days for a time extension on this because the property is currently vacated. It's no longer being utilized and the life safety hazard has been mitigated by the vacancy. However, it still exists as a violation. 91 days would give them time to probably have this structure completely demolished, brought into compliance, and wouldn't have to reappear at that point.
All right, I'm going to grant a 91-day extension.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is on page 20. Robert Kasowitz presenting case number FC 201-00010, address 5555 North Federal Highway. Owner, Coleridge Presbyterian Church, Inc. Case was first heard 11/19/2020 to comply by 2/9/2021. Suspension as noted. One case complied, one violation complied at $100. Total $7,100. City's requested no fines.
Anything else to
Good
add?
morning, Your Honor. Captain Robert Casarge, Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case FC 201-0001, property address 5555 North Federal Highway. Property has been brought into compliance, and I've had to follow this case along fairly close. I've had communications with their contractor out there that was doing the service work, and I see we have a representative here from the Coleridge Presbyterian Church, so I think he can chime in as far as the additional time that it took them in order to come into compliance. It's looking like it was 71 days past the date of ordered compliance.
Yes, I recall the case. Sir, just for the record, if you'll speak into the microphone and state your name, please.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew Nichols.
All right. City's recommending no fines. All right, so I'm going to grant
No
that
contest.
request. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Next case is on page 30. Dorian Kaloyan presenting case number CE 19110927, address 430 Arizona Avenue. Owner, Claudette B. Grant and Donald Grant. Case was first heard 2/9/2021 to comply by 3/30/2021. Suspensions as noted. 4 sections complied at $25. Total $4,500. City is requesting full amount.
Good morning. Senior Inspector Kaloyan with the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number is CE-1911-0927. Case address is 430 Arizona Avenue. This case was first heard on February 9th, 2021, and the magistrate found for the city to comply by March 30th, 2021. And it was brought again to the magistrate for an imposition of fines and was granted an extension. The violations are now in compliance, and there were a total of 23 inspections. The total amount of fines are $4,500. However, the city is requesting a reduced fine in the amount of $900, which represents a total of 20% of the costs.
All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
My name is Donald Grant, sir.
Okay, did you understand what this lady said?
Clearly.
Okay, because you got actual fines of $4,500. City's requesting that those be reduced to $900.
Thank you.
And I'm inclined to grant that request.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 19. Manny Garcia presenting. This is a citation. Case number CE 21040436, address 815 Coconut Drive. Owner, Ralph Alter and Sybil Cotton. Case was cited on 4/14/2021 to comply by 4/24/2021. One section not complied at $250, fines accrued at $26,750. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue. There was no appeal. What was it?
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21040436.
Wait. The appeal deadline was 4/30/2021. So it was appealed, right? Yeah, there was an appeal.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21040436. Reference the property 815 Coconut Drive. This property was cited on April 14, 2021 for under 18-4C for a derelict vessel docked at the rear of the subject property. As per the photos depict, there's a derelict sailboat docked at the rear of the subject property. As per the last inspection performed on August 4, 2021, the vessel remains in derelict conditions. As per the definition of derelict under 18-3 of the City of Fort Lauderdale Code of Ordinances, the vessel fits a description of derelict by the state of neglect, disuse. Furthermore, the vessel shows areas of mildew, missing paint. To the knowledge of the city, the vessel has not been moved from the property. In addition, no request for inspection of the vessel has been made by the property owner to check on its conditions. It is assumed that the vessel lacks self-propulsion or means for safe navigation. As per our records, the property owner submitted an appeal of the citation on April 28, 2021. Contact has been made with the property owner in the past and was advised and understood all requirements to bring the vessel into compliance. As of today, the vessel remains in derelict conditions docked at the property. If the magistrate finds for the city, please note that the contested fines would increase to $325 per day, which sums the fines to $34,775, in which continue to accrue until the violation has been complied.
All right. Sir, if you'll, whoever's going to speak right and move closer to the microphone. Speak right into the microphone and state your name.
My name is Ralph Alter, and this is my wife, Sybil Cotton.
All right. Okay. Okay. Was an appeal filed in this case?
Yes.
An appeal was filed. Okay, because it's under administrative appeal. All right. Go ahead.
I have a short document here that describes what I intend to say. May I present it for your file?
You'll hand that to the clerk.
I will avoid reading all of its contents, but the general point I'd like to make is...
Hang on 1 second.
I'm sorry, sir.
given me a lot of info, 3-page letter here, so.
I did my best to keep it shorter, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead.
I think the overall summary is we don't consider the vessel a derelict at all, at any time. And furthermore, we believe that the definitions in the city code are unnecessarily and unreasonably vague. And we just don't think the violation should be honored at all. It's true that the paint is imperfect, but the vessel is undergoing refit, and that refit was mostly at my own hands, although more recently it has extended far beyond that. The time to paint it is as the last step, and the biggest step that needs to be performed is completion of the deck replacement, which will be done largely at a boatyard, but it's not ready for that yet.
All right. Ms. Bass, was there anything you wanted to add? I'm a little...
Your Honor, the just
issue whether it's a derelict vehicle, derelict vessel. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this case on recall. If you'll speak, we're going to call you back in a few minutes. If you'll speak to the code enforcement officer and Ms. Bass. Yes, ma'am.
Also, Your Honor, when we come to recall, we want to reread in for the fine amount because the fine amount that was entered was incorrect. A daily fine was added for $75 for the administrative appeal. That is not the case. It's only a one-time fee of $75. That $75 is not added to the daily amount, Your Honor.
So the
Yeah.
fee, the filing fee for the appeal has not
was read
been...
incorrectly, yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the case on recall for a couple minutes. I'm going to call a couple other cases, and you need to speak to this lady over here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Come to some reasonable accommodation.
Next case is on page 15. Dorian Clorian,
15.
yeah, presenting case number CE 21020670. Address 2716 Middle River Drive, 1 to 2. Owner Rose and Orville Jarrett. Personal service was achieved on 7/20/2021, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning again. Senior Inspector Kaloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number is CE 21020670, case address 2716 Middle River Drive. This property was first inspected on February 20th, 2021 by Inspector Exantis, who issued an inspection report for the following violations. 18.1 has been complied, and I inspected this property and issued an amended report on March 8th, 2021, to include 18.4C, which is complied, 18.11A, which is complied, and 9304B, the driveway is in disrepair. There are pavers broken and or missing. A pre-hearing inspection on August 9th, 2021 shows that the violation remains as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting 10 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please. Yeah.
Orville Morris Jarrett.
All right, what would you like to add to what this lady said?
I am not sure what she said. I heard her
Well,
speak, but I can't.
I'll
I
explain
have hard
it.
of hearing. I'm
It's
very
not
hard of hearing.
complicated. I'll explain it. The photographs show your driveway is in disrepair. Some of the
Yeah.
tiles and pavers are missing.
On
Okay?
the-
It's not a large area, but it's still a violation. All right? So the city's just requesting 10 days to give you 10 days.
Yeah.
10 days to to finish the work on on your driveway. You do that, you're fine,
Okay.
okay? If you
Because
don't
I
do that,
started-
a fine of $50 per day starts to accrue. So
I
just
started doing it.
Yeah, no, in 10 days. So just take care of your driveway in 10 days and you'll be good.
Okay,
All right? So
Fine.
ordered.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 27. Inspector Bernstein presenting. Case number CE 20121059, address 6711 Northwest 26th Way. Owner, Generate Reality Group LLC. This is a hearing to impose fines, and we have two cases for the same address.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Officer Bernstein with City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Case number CE 2012-1059, property address 6711 Northwest 26th Way. This case came before the Special Magistrate on April 13, 2021, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. Property was given 84 days to comply. Property was sold in the process, and the following violations are in compliance with fine, stop, and one violation still occurring.
All right, so 9-305B is not in compliance.
Correct.
All right.
A pre-hearing inspection on August 8, 2021 shows one violation remaining as depicted on the picture. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows violation as depicted. I just want to go back to read the compliance violation. Section 9-308B complied. Section 9-304B complied. Section 9-280H1 complied. The city is requesting full amount continue to accrue. I've had numerous conversations with the property owner, and he's been doing the best he can to get into compliance.
I'm sorry, he said what?
He's been doing. I have communication with him, and we've been working together to make sure he gets into compliance.
Sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Magistrate, Saul Perez. No, I'm Saul Perez, the owner of the property in question. I just want to say thank you to the code enforcement agent. Just want you to know that when I purchased the property about a month ago, I was able to to focus on this violation and got every violation in compliance except for the one where I just submitted a permit to enclose the pool, but everything else has been in compliance. And I wish, as the new owner of the property, I would have given more time to comply, or at least.
Let me ask you a practical question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've got still an issue with the landscaping on the property.
That's already done, sir. I already comply on that one.
You think it's in compliance?
I believe so, yes. I
All right.
did forward
Needs-
this morning.
And he needs to come out and do a reinspection?
Of course.
Okay, so until you come fully into compliance, we can't do anything about the fines that have accrued. So what I'm going to do.
That was my next step, Your Honor. I purchased this property less than 60 days ago. And in less than 60 days, I was in compliance almost in every category of the violations.
Okay, I'm trying to help you here, sir, but
No,
you're talking kind of in circles for me. So let's get on the same page.
Okay.
All right. Here, you've got one that the city says is not in compliance.
Correct.
You say, well, it's probably in compliance, but it becomes in compliance when it's inspected and improved.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay.
And approved by the city. Okay? So can we do a 10-day extension? Plenty of time. So I'm going to grant a 10-day extension on 9-305B. Okay? And stay the fines as of this date.
Can you advise which fine is that we're referring, that we're extending it to 10 days, please?
Get in contact with them, and
Okay.
they'll contact you, and we'll do another inspection. If you're fully in compliance, then we can take a look at the fines that are accrued.
Okay.
All right?
The second case is on page 28, case number CE 2103-0138, address 6711 Northwest 26th Way, owner Generate Realty Group LLC. The case was first heard on 5/11/2021 to comply by 6/15/2021. One section not comply at $100, fines accrue to $5,500. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue. Also, there is a request for an extension.
Officer Bernstein with City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 2103-0138, property address 67 Northwest 26th Way. This case came before the special magistrate on May 11th, 2021, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. Property was given 35 days to comply. Property was sold in the process, and the following violation remains with fines accruing. There is a pool permit on file, building permit 2108-0006. I would like to enter the pictures into evidence that shows violation as depicted. The city is requesting full amount to accrue.
Okay, so this is the same property. All right, just for the record, state your name again.
Yes. Saul Perez, the new owner of the property in question, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a different situation here with the pool because it presents a health and safety issue.
Correct.
So tell me what the status of the pool is.
We, immediately after I purchased the property, I put a temporary fence around the pool to be able to put in it, to be able to prevent anything from happening, from being liable, or the city to be liable. So I comply with that. Immediately after that, I went into a COVID, almost 20 days restriction, quarantine, which I gladly came out of it alive. And immediately after yesterday, while I was in the process before, I immediately I was submitted permit to abandon that particular pool that had absolutely no way to bring it back up to normal. So we went ahead and submitted permits to abandon the pool, which we already did. We made the code enforcement officer aware of it, and we're getting ready to comply.
I'm sorry, if you get a little closer to the microphone, I'm missing what you're doing to correct the violation.
Okay. A temporary fence was immediately placed around the pool to correct the violation. Immediately after that, the second step that we did was to educate ourselves, to come to the city, find out what's the proper procedure to be able to abandon the pool. We went ahead, requested a survey per the city. We got the survey, and immediately after we got the survey, we submitted the permit, a building permit to abandon the pool. So that's what we're doing right now. Everything was processed yesterday, and I believe within a few, I would ask that that you gave me a couple of days to comply, because it's going to be probably about 30 days before everything is put in place as far as abandoning the pool. Now, the fencing part was already done.
Okay, now I see a pic. This is the fence you're talking about. Look, go back one picture. That's the fence you're talking about?
All around the pool there, yes.
Okay, that's the fence you're talking about. And what are your long-term plans? What are you going to do with the pool?
Oh, no, the pool has no rescue. You have to, I'm abandoning the pool, and that's what I did. Once again, I submit the permits with the city of Fort Lauderdale already. So we are going to abandon the pool. We're going to fill it in. We're going to compress it. We're going to make it all one whole yard.
You have a contract to fill in the pool.
If I have a contract,
you have
yes.
a contract.
It's already.
When is that going to happen?
It's going to happen immediately, just like I had been able to comply with all the other violations, Your Honor. I'm going to comply with this one also.
Still not sure how long he.
I would ask if possible, 30 to 40 to 45 days to be able to comply.
Well, that's
Good morning, Your Honor. Once again, Supervisor Stephanie Bass with the City of Fort Lauderdale. My question would be to you. I see that you do have the temporary fence around. As far as the fence in the front, is it a self-latching fence that prevents access into the property to ensure that no one is able to gain access to the rear of the property where that fence is at?
To the rear of that to the
Yes.
rear of
Is
the
it a
property.
self-latching fence in the front of the property?
Yes, man, it's completely fenced in, at a 6 feet high, and it's fluorescent so that people during the day and the night, they can see that the fence.
Not the fence that's around the pool. I'm
That's
talking
around-
about the wooden fence in the front of the property. I saw a fence.
Oh, the
on
wooden
earlier
fence,
pictures. Mhm.
the wooden fence is in compliance as well. It's
Yes,
brand new.
is the wooden fence in the front of the property a self-latching fence that prevents access?
Correct, yes.
All right. Your Honor, being that the wooden fence is a self-latching fence that prevents access to the rear of the property, and they have a current process, a permit in process to fill the pool, the city wouldn't be opposed to a stay of fines for the permit process
you.
to take place in order for the pool to be filled.
What are we talking about, 35 days?
I would. Will be.
We'll go with 35 days, Your
All
Honor.
right, sir. Okay,
35
I'm gonna grant your request for an extension. I'm gonna grant an extension of 35 days and stay the fines as of this date.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Code. Appreciate it.
Next case
Thank
is
you.
on page 19. Manny Garcia, the inspector, presenting. Skip him. Next case is on page 37. That's him too. No, that's Manny. That's Manny too. Let's do page 9.
Okay,
Inspector Bernstein.
okay, hang on one second. Okay.
Case number CE 2012-0898, address 6510 Northwest 34th Avenue. Owner Pepper and Sean Fisher. Property was posted 7/20/2021, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Bernstein, City of Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 2012-0898, property address 6510 Northwest 34th Ave. This property was inspected on December 24, 2020, and was cited for the following violation. Section 9-304B, there are vehicle/trailers parking on lawn. This is a recurring violation, reference case CE 18111480. Section 4734.4B1 is in compliance. Section 18-4C, there are derelict vehicles on the property. There's a red truck without an engine and a white Ford truck without a tag. This is a recurring violation, reference case CE 1707-1072. Due to non-compliance, this notice of hearing was posted on the property July 20th, 2021. A pre-hearing inspection on August 9th shows the violation remained as depicted. I would like to submit the photos into evidence that shows violation as depicted. The city is asking 14 days to comply, or a fine of $50 per day. Violation be opposed thereafter.
Right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Sean Fisher.
All right, anything you want to add to what this gentleman said?
Yeah, actually, the red truck does have an engine in it and has had an engine in it since March 14th.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Since March 14th. It has had an engine in it. I'm working on both vehicles in which I have let him know. The time that I have and the finances that I have are limited to, again, my time on the weekends and finances. I work on both vehicles back and forth, again, as parts come in. I'm finding, unfortunately, with COVID, parts sometimes are not that easily to come by. So as I do get them, I do fix up the vehicles back and forth. I was told by the gentleman who used to work the area before, as long as I kept the white truck on the side of my house and the tires on pavers, I was okay with having it there. That's where it sits. That's where I work on it. As far as the pressure cleaner trailer goes, that's registered to a business that I had started. And currently, I am actually working for someone else now, but I do use that trailer weekly.
Oh, okay. Any further? I'm inclined to grant the city's request.
Okay, all right, I was going to say, Your Honor,
Okay,
just
I find that
for
each of the
clarity.
violations does exist. 14 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
sir.
Say that again?
Okay, I find that each violation does exist. 14 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is on page 21. Dorian presenting for Christina Caserta, case number CE 2104-0592, address 2200 Northeast 62nd Street. Owner Mauricio del Castillo and Geraldo Legre. Case was first cited on April 26, 2021 to comply by April 29, 2021. One section complied at $150, total fines accrue $900. City is requesting full amount. The appeal deadline was 5/11/2021.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Cologne with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting for Inspector Caserta. Case number is CE 2104-0592, and the case address is 2200 Northeast 62nd Street. This property was first inspected on April 26, 2021 at 12:45 p.m. By myself and Inspector Caserta, and we had observed overgrowth of a variety of plant material, primarily on the swale, which was hindering the visibility for traffic. We spoke with Geraldo, the owner, via the ring at the front door and conveyed the violation. And we also informed him that we would be posting the citation. We issued a citation, citation number 1241 for $150 with a compliance date of 72 hours. The violation was complied on May 6, 2021, and the city is requesting the fines of $900 to be imposed.
All right, sir, if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Lance Kaufman, Kaufman, attorney on behalf of the
What would you like to add?
So, Your Honor, there's two main points why no fine should be imposed. The first point, if I may present this packet of documents for Your Honor to review while I go through it. Thank you so much. So, Your Honor, on page 15 of that packet, that put the page numbers in the bottom right corner there. Page 15 is a copy of the violation notice, citation notice. This notice violation is completely vague as to which bushes and the swale that it's referring to on the property. It merely states that there's plant materials which block visibility that needs to be removed by the owner or maintained so as to allow clear visibility of oncoming traffic. The action that is corrective is remove or cut plant material or soil area on soil area to allow visibility for traffic. No photos were attached to this violation notice. Following this notice, which was issued 4/26, my client trimmed an area that he believed was subject to this notice on 4/27. The compliance date was deadline was 4/29. Following that, Your Honor, on May 5th, in this packet, which is starting page 18, is an email from Ms. Caserta that finally contains the photos, and bringing my client's attention to the fact that it was a different patch that needed to be trimmed. On top of that, Your Honor, the subject patch is actually not even located on my client's property. In this packet on pages 1, 2, and 3 in the beginning of this packet from the Broward County Appraiser's website are photos of my client's lot, cornering Northeast 62nd Street and Northeast 22nd Avenue. The photos submitted by the city of that stop sign and those bushes fall outside my client's property. The survey, which is page 4 of this packet, confirms that the appraiser's grid matches the survey. Those bushes underneath that stop sign are not on my client's property.
Aren't they in the swale?
The swale is not the swale that's part of my client's property, Your Honor. The photos, which are from the city as well as from my client, pages 5 through 14, Your Honor, show the stop sign, the subject stop sign, the subject bushes.
Your Honor. So, in response to that, the bushes you can clearly see in the photos are not the bushes that he's talking about, referring to the stop sign. We did speak with the owner via the ring, and I spoke with him on the phone as well. There wasn't any misunderstanding as far as what needed to be cut. However, I would like to point this out that this was a citation, and there was no appeal within the 15 days.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Counselor. I'm going to grant the city's request and impose a fine of $900. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 13.
Mary, whenever you're ready, we're ready to recall the other case with the derelict vessel.
Do this one first.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Next case is on page 13. Dorian Calovian presenting. Case number CE 21030938, address 1801 Northeast 26th Avenue. Owner Sergio Rodriguez Estate. Posted at property 7/20/21. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Just one moment.
$1801.
Okay. Middle. Okay, good. All right.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Caloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number is 2103-0938. Case address is 1801 Northeast 26th Avenue. This property was first inspected on March 31st, 2021 by myself, and the following violation was observed. 9306B, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including the fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that have some stains and missing peeling paint. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and the violation remains as depicted in the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting 14 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Ma'am, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Sure. Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Angela Bucci on behalf of the estate and the personal representative. The only thing that I have to add, Your Honor, is I recently filed the estate documents. The decedent passed away January of 2020. I recently filed the estate documents June of this year, and also I did not receive notice of the violation, which I'm in the process of getting that corrected. The personal representative went by the house and took a picture of it. So I'm just asking, and also there is no money in the estate, I'm just asking for some more time, as I just recently filed this case, to get in compliance and see what needs to be done.
I mean, it's not much that needs to be done with the exterior, but the city doesn't oppose to 28 days would be fine.
Okay.
All right. I find the violation does exist. 28 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
If not, may I just ask, is that the longest amount is the 28 days that I can accept? Because like I said, I just got appointed on this case. It's going to be a little...
The city stands at 28 days. I mean, it shouldn't, no permits needed, you know, it just needs to be painted or cleaned.
Okay. Had to ask.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
28
thank
days
you.
to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
We're going to recall the case on page 19. Manny Garcia presenting. Case number CE 21040436 at 815 Coconut Drive. Owner Ralph Alter and civil.
Okay. Where are we with this case?
All right, Your Honor. So the city's going to request to impose the fines to the sum of $26,825. And that's for the finding of fact, and then place a stay on the accrual of the fines for 60 days to allow the property owner to come into compliance.
So, Your Honor, let me just, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Manny. I just want to make sure that we have a clear understanding of what we're doing. The homeowners are now aware of what the derelict vessel definition is, and they do want to come into compliance. So what we want to do is we just want to stay of fines at this time. We want to stay of fines for 63 days, and then we'll come back to revisit the fines that have accrued up to this point after they've came into compliance.
Right. Okay. Agreeable?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll make your, well, it's already, I'll make it part of the record.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. And apparently it's agreement, stay the fines of this day with a 63-day extension. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next case is on page 19. Manny Garcia presenting. This is administrative appeal. Case number CE 2103-1070. Address 2655 Flamingo Lane. Owner Cynthia Barney.
Barnaby.
Thank you. It was first cited March 31st, 2021 to comply by April 1st, 2021. One section complied at 250, 2750. Another section complied at 150, 1,800, total 4550. City is requesting full amount. The appeal deadline was 4/16/2021.
Okay, this was a citation. Appeal deadline was April 16th. No appeal taken. Correct.
I thought I had submitted one before the 15th.
It was okay. Yes, it's administrative here.
Thank you.
I see. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 2103-1070 in reference to the property 2655 Flamingo Lane. On March 31st, 2021, two citations were issued for the following violations: 47-39.A.1.B, parentheses 12, parentheses D. The vessel Carefree is encroaching into the waterway, exceeding over the 33% allowed. 18-4C, there are derelict vessels docked and stored at the subject property. While performing proactive inspections on the waterway, the property had a 68-foot hatteras named Carefree docked at the rear, encroaching into the canal. Furthermore, the property had a sailboat named Sloop du Jour that was found in derelict conditions. In addition, the vessel Carefree was not properly registered and did not display any registration number as per the photos depict. At the time of the inspection, contact was made with property owner Ms. Barnaby and advised of the violations. Both citations were signed and hand-delivered to Ms. Barnaby at the time of the inspection. Ms. Barnaby maintained communication throughout the process of compliance, and the vessels have not returned since. Due to the facts, the city is requesting an administrative cost to the sum of $313.
Administrative cost of
$313.
350.
313.
All right. Okay. All right, ma'am. If you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Cynthia Barnaby.
All right. Understand what this gentleman said?
I do.
And have any disagreement with that?
I appreciate him bringing the fine way down. I
Okay.
have a confusion about what the definition of derelict vessel is. Okay, and the larger one, the Carefree, was removed immediately. This video I took shows that the vessel is Soup du Jour is underway. It was legally registered. I'm just pointing that out. I'm happy to take the lower fine. But yes, I was not clear on the definition of derelict. because it ran on its own. It is in no danger of sinking or being in anybody's harm's way in the water canal or anything like that. And I did everything to my ability to remedy everything right away, and I'm sure that's why he's reduced the fine.
I'm going to impose administrative costs, $313.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. All right, have a good day.
Next case is on page 37. Manny Garcia presenting. Case number CE 2012-1071. Address 1549 Southwest 30th Terrace. Owner, Federal National Mortgage Association, care of Tech Financial LLC. The case was first heard on 4/13/2021, to comply by 5/25/2021. 4 sections not complied at $100. Total $30,400. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 2012-1071 in reference to the property 1549 Southwest 30th Terrace. This property was initially cited on December 30th, 2020 by a previous inspector, Officer Miller, and first heard at the magistrate hearing on April 13th, 2021, in which the magistrate found for the city. This property remains in violation due to the circumstances that the property is being inhabited by squatters. Contact has been maintained with Mr. Joe Gutierrez, who's the property manager of the listing brokerage. The circumstances are a little delicate as the person that's squatting at the property has a significant active criminal background. Mr. Joe Gutierrez has attempted to have the property vacated multiple times, but due to the pandemic, the courts continue to extend the process of eviction. Though at this time the property continues to remain in violation, the city is willing to accept the positive accrual of fines for 91 days and in order to reappear on November 9th of 2021.
Sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name. Yeah.
Good morning. Amir Saeed on behalf of Federal National Mortgage Association. I'm an attorney representing them. First name is spelled A-A-M-I-R. Last name S-A-E-E-D. We have no objection, no issue with what the city's asking for.
Okay, so we're going to do a 91-day, stay the fines as of this day, grant a 91-day extension.
Yes, and to reappear on November 9th of 2021.
Granted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next case is on page 28. Inspector Bernstein presenting case number CE 2105-0851. Address 2941 East Las Olas Boulevard. Owner 2941 LOL LLC. Case was first cited, this is a citation. Case was first cited 5/26/2021 to comply by 5/31/2021. 1 section complied at $250. Fines accrue $250. City requests full amount. Appeal deadline was 6/10/2021. No appeal received.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Case number CE 2105-0851. Property address 2941 East Las Olas Boulevard. This property was inspected on May 26, 2021, and was issued a citation to comply within 5 days or a fine of $250 per day. 18-1, there is a violation on this property that is creating public nuisance. It is not being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may reasonably become infested or inhabited by rodent, vermin, or may furnish breeding place for mosquitoes, or threaten or endangers public health, safety, and welfare. The sidewalk is not being maintained. This property complied 2 days after the citation started accruing, in which the amount of $500 fine. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows violation as depicted. It is the city's position to reduce the fine to $250.
So the city's request impose fines of $250?
Correct.
Okay. All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Cameron Jamal.
All right, tell me what you'd like to add.
Yeah, Your Honor, I do see that the date issued was 5/26, the civil citation, but I received this, and I have the confirmation, it was sent certified mail. I received this notice on June 3rd, And directly after June 3rd, and I was in communication with the inspector, I right away called him, communicated with him, and had this issue taken care of within 3 days of the receival of the notice. And I have the confirmation from the USPS, and I have the certified mail actually right here that you can actually confirm that it was June 3rd that I did receive this in the mail.
According to the record, this is a citation and no appeal was received. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor, this was a citation, no appeal was received. I also like to add that the property was also posted, and the inspector spoke with the property manager today that the property was posted. It was sent via certified mail to the owner listed on record on Broward County Property Appeal. The city has asked for just 1 day for imposition of fines rather than 2, even though no appeal was received. So the city stands with its request for $250 to be imposed, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, what?
Yeah, no, I don't recall speaking to the inspector on the day on 5/26, but as soon as I did receive the notice, I understand that, you know, it was posted on the property, but as soon as I received the notice, I right away acted. I contacted the inspector, and I had it within 2 days.
That. Under the ordinance, the violation is admitted. I'm going to impose a fine of $250. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 16. Dorian Kaloyan presenting case number CE-19111013. Address 700 East Evanston Circle. Owner Charles R. Williams. Posted at the property on 7/20/21. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning again. Senior Inspector Kaloyan with the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number is CE-19111013. Case address is 700 East Evanston Circle. This property was first inspected on January 29th, 2020 by Inspector Holloway, who issued an inspection report for the following violations. 9305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including the swale area. 9-280H1, the wooden fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. There are broken and missing slats. 9304B, there are vehicles and or trailers parked on the grass lawn area. 9306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there is areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. 47-39.A.1.B6B has been complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and shows that the violations remain as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting 10 days to comply for violation 9304B or $25 a day thereafter, and 63 days to comply for all other violations or a fine of $25 a day thereafter.
All right, sir. If you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Charles Raymond Williams.
All right. Anything you'd like to add to what the lady said?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. It's the 9-304B. I find the violation does exist. 10 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Okay, which one of the violations is that for the 10 days?
Sure.
That's the vehicles parked on the grass and the lawn.
Okay, the rock area, is that considered as lawn?
I'm sorry?
The rock area, is that considered as the lawn?
Lawn or dirt area. It's not an approved parking surface, so you have to move the cars to the approved parking area.
Right.
And then 63 days to get the grass in and all that.
Well, the grass.
And the fence and everything else.
The grass that's showing is new grass. I just put the grass down since I got see, that is new grass there.
Right, but as we discussed in this area, it's part of the annexed area. They're not allowed to have gravel as a parking area. So the gravel that is being utilized as a parking area needs to be made into grass.
Okay.
Or grass needs to be put in there.
Well, could I have that added to my 63 days
It is.
as well? Because
It is.
that's a lot of work to try to get done. I got to try to dispose of the old rock now.
Mhm.
But I have a notation from a code enforcer that they told me that I could put grass along, I could put anything that don't create a dust, like wood chips, that I could put that there and use it for a parking area. I have it in writing on one of the citations that was issued to me.
So, I did see in the case that it said that the area needs to be resurfaced, however, it would have to be done with a permit. And if a permit is, done correctly, if they applied for a permit, then they would have been told that it's not an approved surface. You can't use gravel in Melrose. They don't allow it for parking areas.
Okay, so city's request the same?
So, yes, so 10 days to move the vehicles off the non-approved parking area, or $25 a day thereafter. That's for the 9304B. And 63 days for all other violations, or $50 a day thereafter.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, $25 a day thereafter, I'm sorry.
$5 per day thereafter, okay. I find the remaining violations do exist, 63 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter. If you have any questions, you can contact this lady.
All right, thank you. She's been very nice.
Oh,
I have a
thank
number.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 39. Inspector Bernstein presenting, case number CE 2102-0494, address 6795 Northwest 17th Avenue, owner Cabo 6795 LLC. This is a request for an extension. The case was first heard 6/8/2021 to comply by 7/6/2021. 3 sections not complied at $25, 1 section complied. Total fines, how much? $3,350 and continues to accrue.
Officer Bernstein, City of Lauderdale Community Enhancements, case number CE 2102-0494, property address 6795 Northwest 17th Ave. This case came before me, before the Special Magistrate on April 13th, 2021, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. 9-306, there are areas of exterior wall throughout the property that are dirty and stained, still exist. 47-34.1.8.1, there is a legal land use consisting of a container in front of the property, still exists. 47-21.11.A is complied. 47-20.20H, the parking facility at this commercial property needs resurfacing and restriping, still exists. A pre-hearing inspection on August 8th, 2021 shows the violation remain as depicted on the picture. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows violations as depicted. The city is requesting full amount to accrue.
All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Robert Symington.
All right, I see you filed a request for extension. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what you're doing.
Okay, we have all the sod in on both sides. We completed that
Okay,
this
I noticed
weekend.
that.
Yeah, well, the other side, the picture. Oh, okay, here we go, got it. That's been done. The only thing, the container there, we
Get a
now.
little closer to the microphone.
Okay, sorry. The container now has a booking date. Land and Sea will pick it up on Monday, 8/15. So that will finally be gone.
Okay.
The problem I'm bumping into with our weather is everybody that reseals driveways.
You have a contract to fix the parking lot?
Yeah, Mike's driveway service, but the weather has permitted no chance for him to get it done because he gets rained out and we keep getting pushed back. So he's telling me now there's another 3 weeks. I've been trying to contact other people. I get the same answer from them. They're behind schedule, weather, can't get material.
All right, how much of an extension are you requesting?
Well, I would hope to have it done within 2-3 weeks, but I'm kind of at their mercy at this point, so.
City's position?
With no objection to, what was the amount?
Pardon me?
How much amount did you request?
I would say 30 days that gives him a little extra time, because they're telling me 3 weeks till they can get out there.
Yeah, no objection to that, 30 days.
Okay. What kind of business is this?
We do coatings, powder coating, in particular.
Okay, I'm going to grant a 35-day extension and stay the fines as of this date.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next case is on page 38. Robert Kasowitz presenting case number FC 2009-0010, address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner Tour Gallery at Beach Place LLC. This is an order to reappear. The case was first heard 12/7/2020 to comply by 2/9/2021. Suspensions are noted. The fines start 8/11/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Captain Robert Kasowitz with Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office for case FC 2009-0010. Property address is 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. And as stated, this is an order to reappear. When this case was originally presented, we knew that the depth of the violations involved in this case were not something that was going to be resolved overnight. This was deterioration and lack of maintenance into the structure to where it had occurred over a long period of time, and it was very extensive to the point where parts would need to be manufactured, doors would need to be ordered. We wanted to keep this on like 90-day time extensions in order to have reappearances before the court here so that we could constantly monitor the progress of what's taken place. As of today, we do have one other violation that has come into compliance, which is in reference to NFPA 101 7.1.3.2.1. There are unpermitted penetrations and or openings into or throughout the exit enclosure of the assembly. And at last reinspection, that has complied. So we do see movement that's moving forward in the case, and we do have a representative from the case, and I think they'll fill in where they are with coming into compliance on the current violations and additional timeframes that will be requested.
All right, sir, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stephen Tilbrook with Ackerman, representing the property owner for Beach Place. And I want to thank Captain Kasowitz for working with us. We've had a close
I
working
recall seeing the
relationship.
photographs, I believe, and
Yep. So there were several violations, and we brought most of them into compliance. There are some door replacements that are still pending final patching for the final inspection. We replaced 40-plus new doors on the property. The fire inspection system, the fire smoke alarm system is a complex system that also involves the Marriott, and we've sought bids and we're going through the permitting process on that. And finally, there is one tenant that has been obtaining permits, after the fact permits for the work that they did. They have received several inspections and compliance. We're down to the last few items. And
so
we
I
expect
think we're
that
all on the same page.
30 days.
We need a 91-day extension
Yes.
and a mandatory reappearance.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to grant a 91-day extension, mandatory reappearance on November 9th, 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is on page 33. Manny Garcia presenting case number CE 20101192, address 2329 Northwest 15 Court. Case was first heard 2/9/2021 to comply by 4/13/2021. One section complied at $25, fines accrued $2,300. City is requesting the full amount.
Your Honor, would the clerk please repeat the amount of that had accrued? I'm sorry, I can't hear.
2,300.
2,300?
Yes.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 20101192. Reference to property 2329 Northwest 15 Court. This property was originally cited by Officer Proto on October 28th of 2020. This case was first heard on February 9th, 2021, in which the city presented evidence and the magistrate found for the city. Communication was maintained with Ms. Crystal Powell, who identified as a family member of the owner of the property. It was advised by Ms. Powell that the property was undergoing the application process by Florida Rebuild to bring the roof of the property to compliance. As of today, the roof of the property has been repaired, in which the violation has been complied as per the photos depict. It is the position of the city that the fines be imposed to the sum of administrative costs of $718.
Administrative cost of
$718.
782.
718.
Okay, got it. All right, and who's the owner?
She's the owner.
Okay.
You can go.
Okay, ma'am, if you'll speak right into the microphone and state your name, please.
Peggy Lee DeBerry Brown.
Okay, did you understand what this gentleman said?
Yes, he said that he thought I should be fined because I didn't get finished in time.
So instead of $2,300 in fines, we're going to waive those fines and impose administrative cost of $718.
Excuse me,
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
okay. I would like the whole thing waived because I signed the contract 5/20 and I was waiting on the city to do it for me because I've made out the paperwork, and after I saw that they wasn't getting to it, I had to borrow some money and go to a private person to have a new roof put on. So I have to plead ignorance of the law because I did not know that if you have work done on your house, everything you get done, you have to have a permit. I'm 72 years old and I've never had to have a permit for nothing because they just come out and take your money and fix it a little bit and then leave and come back again. So now I know the procedures that anytime something is done to a house, it has to have a permit.
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to waive fees and cost. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Thank you, everybody.
Next case is on page 31. Dorian Calorian presenting. Case number CE 2007-0337. Address 555 Antioch Avenue. Owner Bayshore Concept LLC.
Good morning again. Senior Inspector Cloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number is CE 2007-0337. Case address is 555 Antioch Avenue. This case was first heard on February 9th, 2021, and the magistrate found for the city to comply by March 16th, 2021. It was brought again to the magistrate for an imposition of fines and was granted an extension. The violations are now in compliance, and there were a total of 15 inspections. The total amount of the fines were $2,700. However, the city is requesting administrative costs in the amount of $939.
Good morning, Counselor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Courtney Crush on behalf of the property owner. We would appreciate Your Honor considering the inspector's recommendation.
We're going to do that. Administrative cost, $939.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 34. Manny Garcia presenting. Case number CE 2101-1055. Address 3940 Riverland Road. Owner IPREP Holdings LLC. Case was first heard 5/11/2021. to comply by 5/13/2021 and 6/15/2021. One section comply at $100. Total fine $2,700. City is requesting the full amount.
Your Honor, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21011055. Reference the property 3940 Riverland Road. This property was first heard on May 11, 2021, in which evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. The property owners have maintained continuous contact in regard to the compliance of the property. There was a pending violation of section 9-305B for missing ground cover. Due to the shortage of turf, the property owners were not able to obtain the grass required to fill the missing bare areas, and which resulted for the violation surpassing the required time to comply. The property owner submitted a request for an extension on June 14, 2021, prior to the date of compliance. Since then, the case was not scheduled for hearing, so therefore it was brought into today's hearing. As of today, the property is in full compliance. They've complied with every single violation that the property was cited for, and the city would like to request to withdraw all fines accrued, which will result in the closing of the case.
All right. Just for the record, if you'll state your name.
My name is Nayela Ismail Giga, Giga, last name, and I represent IPREP Holdings.
Okay, so the city's request is you're going to withdraw the case.
Withdraw the fines.
Withdraw the fines. Is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Officer Garcia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was the last respondent. Do you want to take a break?
Yes.
We'll have a 10 minutes break. hearing. Next case is on page 1, case number CE 2106-0399. Inspector Christina Caserta, case presented by Dorian Kaloyan. Address 2711 Center Avenue, owner Alan Amit and Jennifer Weinstein. Property was posted 7/20/21, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning. Senior Inspector Caloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 2106-0399, case address 2711 Center Avenue. And I'm presenting this case for Inspector Caserta. This property was inspected on June 14th, 2021 by Inspector Caserta, and the following violations were observed. 9280C has been complied. 9306 has been complied. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat, well-kept appearance, and there are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 47-34.1.A.1 has been complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and the violation remains as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I find the remaining violations do exist. 28 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Case on page 2. Inspector Caracas presenting CE 201-10932. Address 11 Southeast 12th Avenue, owner 11 Southeast 12th Avenue LLC. Property was posted 7/19/2021, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Caracas for the City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Inspector, presenting case number CE 201-10932 for the property located at 11 Southeast 12th Avenue. Inspection of the property was performed on December 1st of 2020 and cited for the following violations. Your Honor, I'll make it easy for you. All violations are in compliance with the exception of 47-20.20.H. The parking facility at this property is not maintained. The parking lot needs to be resurfaced and restriped. All the other violations are in compliance, sir. Inspection report was posted on the property and mailed to the property owner as listed on BCPAB at first class mail on December 1st of 2020, allowing 10 days to come into compliance. Contact has been made with the property owner and the property tenant representative that actually lives on the property itself. Notice of the hearing mailed to the property owner on July 7th of 2021. The pre-hearing inspection was done on the 9th of August 9th of 2021, and the pictures presented were taken to confirm the violation has not brought into compliance. The city is asking for the following: 35 days to come into compliance or a daily fine of $50 for the violation that exists.
Okay, I find the violation does exist. The city's request is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is on page 3. Robert Kasowitz presenting case number FC 2105-0019. Address 5891 Northeast 18th Avenue. Owner Albury Real Estate LLC. Posted at property 7/20/21. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning, Your Honor. Captain Robert Kasowitz with Fort Lauderdale Fire Marshal's Office, here to present case number FC 2105-0019 for the property address of 5891 Northeast 18th Avenue. Property was cited in reference to NFPA 1 13.6.4.3.2.1. The fire extinguishers have not been serviced or tagged by a certified person or company within the past 12 months. We're requesting 35 days or $100 a day thereafter.
35 days or
$100 a day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist. 35 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is on page 5. Dorian Kaloyan presenting case number CE 2005-0564. address 3220 Glendale Road, Boulevard. Owner, Eric and Carissa Sharp, posted at property 7/20/21, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
This is 3220, right? Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Kaloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 20050564. Case address is 3220 Glendale Boulevard. This property was first inspected on May 22nd, 2020 by Senior Inspector Garcia. However, because of the pandemic, we were only monitoring the property at that time. I continued to monitor, and then I issued an inspection report on December 30th, 2020. I sent a copy of the inspection report via mail to the owner via mail, per BCPA. I observed the following violations. 18-4C, there's a red inoperable derelict vehicle and a white inoperable trailer being stored on the property. 9-280H1, there's a fence at this property in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The wooden fence in the rear of the property is falling down and is not properly supported. 1812A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or its swale. 9306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. 9304B, there are vehicles or trailers parked on the grass or lawn area. 47-39.A.1.B7A1, there are commercial utility trailers being stored in open view. 47-39.A.1.B6B, there is outdoor storage consisting of cylinder blocks, metal fencing, a pressure washer, and other miscellaneous items, which is an unpermitted land use. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance, and there are areas of dead and missing ground cover included but not limited to the swale area. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and the violations remain as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting 21 days to comply or a fine in the amount of $25 a day thereafter for all violations.
All right, I find that each violation does exist. 21 days to comply, $25 a day thereafter on each.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 6. It's a stipulated agreement. The case number is CE 21020781. Address 601 Southwest 27th Avenue. Owner Alzia 27 LLC. It's 42 days at $50 a day for each violation.
All right, the stipulated agreement is approved.
Next case is on page 7. Manny Garcia presenting. Case number CE 21030498. Address 2421 Northwest 30th Terrace. Posted at property 7/30/2021. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021. Owner John Punky Reversible Trust.
Your Honor, for the record, Senior Officer Garcia presenting case CE 21030498 in reference to the property 2421 Northwest 30th Terrace. This property was originally cited on March 16, 2021 by the previous Officer Proto for the following violations. 4734.4.A.1 complied. 18-4C has been complied. 18-12A has been complied. BCZ 39133 parentheses E parentheses 1 has been complied. BCZ 39275 parentheses 6 parentheses B has been complied. 9-304B has been complied. BCZ 39133 parentheses E parentheses 3. Chain link fences in disrepair and sections of the fence have become detached in areas. Sections of the chain link fence are bent and rusted. BCZ 39-79 parentheses E, the landscaping is not maintained. There's missing and bare areas of lawn cover on the property and the swale area. At this time, the property remains in violation as per the photos depict. Mr. Funky has maintained communication with me upon receipt of the notice of the hearing. Mr. Funky has made efforts to bring the property into compliance as he continues to work. At this time, the city is requesting 42 days for compliance or a fine of $50 per day. per violation thereafter.
I find that the violations do exist, 42 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Next case is on page 10. Inspector Bernstein presenting case number CE 21040634. Address 1101 Northwest 48th Street. Owner Cynthia. Property was posted 7/20/21, posted at City Hall 7/28/2021.
Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 2104-0634. Property address 1101 Northwest 48th Street. This property was inspected on April 20th, 2021, and was cited for the following violations. 47-21.15D. The tree in the rear of the property has been hat-racked, resulting in tree abuse. The condition of the tree may require replanting or equivalent replacement upon the parcel. Due to non-compliance, the notice of hearing was posted on the property on July 20th, 2021. The property owner did submit permit application 2107-0044 for the tree abuse. The landscape division have been in contact with the property owner and has no objection to allow time extension. I would like to submit the photos into evidence that show the violation as depicted. The city is requesting 40 days to reappear for the condition of the tree.
You find the violation does exist, the city's request is granted.
42 days. I'm sorry, 35 days.
Okay, granted.
100.
Next case is on page 11. Inspector Bernstein presenting case number CE 21030985. Address 4491 Twin Lakes Boulevard. Owner Jennifer L. Melrose. Property was posted 7/20/21. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 2103-0985. Property address 4991 Twin Lakes Boulevard. This property was inspected on March 29th, 2021, and was cited for the following violation. 47-21.16A complied. 9-305B complied. 9-306. The exterior building fascia and soffit has been missing and peeling paint. Remains. 9-304B. The asphalt driveway is not being maintained. There are areas of the driveway that have holes, cracks, and need to be resurfaced. Remain. Due to non-compliance, the notice of hearing was posted on the property July 20th, 2021. A pre-hearing inspection on August 8th, 2021 shows the violations remain as depicted on the pictures. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows violation as depicted. I've had conversation with the property owner regarding compliance. She stated the weather has been an issue for both the driveway and the exterior paint. The city is requesting 35 days extension to comply, or a fine of $50 per day per violation be imposed thereafter.
I find that each violation does exist, 35 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Next case is on page 12. Inspector Bernstein presenting case number CE 21050723. Address 5820 Bayview Drive. Owner 5820 Bayview Drive LLC. Property was posted 7/20/21. Posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Officer Bernstein, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 2105-0723. Property address 5820 Bayview Drive. A complaint was created and this property was inspected on May 23, 2021 and cited for the following violation. 1811B, the swimming pool at this unoccupied property has stagnant water, trash, and debris. The building does not have the required safeguard taken to prevent human beings or animals from falling into or having access to the pool per code ordinance. The pool is in the condition presents a health and safety issue for the community in that may become a breeding ground for mosquitoes and public nuisance. Due to noncompliance, the notice of hearing was posted on property July 20th, 2021. A pre-hearing inspection on August 8, 2021 shows the violation remains as depicted on the pictures. There is a fence permit on file. Fence permit 2107-0078 is in process. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows the violation as depicted. I've had conversation with the property management regarding the violation. She stated that they will fence the property, and the city is asking for 10-day extension to comply or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
I'm sorry, the city's request is?
10 days.
10 days to comply or a fine of $100.
All right. I find the violation does exist, 10 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Next case at the bottom of page 12. Inspector Anthony Flores presenting, case number CE 20090723, address 2535 North Federal Highway. Owner GFS Marketplace Realty 4 LLC. Property was posted 7/20/2021, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Morning, Special Magistrate. Inspector Anthony Flores, City of Fort Lauderdale. This is case number CE 20090723. Property address is 2535 North Federal Highway. This property was first inspected on September 18th, 2020 by Inspector Dorian Cloyan, and the following violations were observed. 9305B is complied. 47-21-.11A, there are areas of missing and or bare areas of grass, including but not limited to the swale area. 47-20.20H is complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and the violations remain as depicted in the photos and submitted for record. The city is requesting 28 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 28 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 13. Dorian Clorian presenting, case number CE 19041700, address 740 East Melrose Circle. Owner Ramira and Salivi Hostin. Property was posted 7/20/21, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Cloyan for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 1904-1700, case address 740 East Melrose Circle. This property was first inspected on 4/19/2019, and the following violations were observed. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance, and there are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-280H1, the fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The fence is missing slats and has a piece of wood against it. The fence needs to be repaired and or replaced with permits if applicable. 9304B, the paved driveway is in disrepair. It has holes and cracks, and there are sections that are missing, and it needs to be repaired and or resurfaced. 47-39.A.1.B7A has been complied. And a pre-hearing inspection on August 9th, 2021 shows that the violation remains as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting 21 days to comply or $50 a day per violation thereafter.
That each violation does exist, 21 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 14, the bottom of the page. Inspector Anthony Flores presenting, case number CE 2009-0270, case address 516 Botana Avenue. Owner Dane R. Hancock. Property was posted 7/21/2020, posted at City Hall 7/27/2020.
Inspector Anthony Flores, City of Fort Lauderdale. This case is CE 2009-0270. Property address is 516 Bontona Avenue. Property was first inspected on September 10th, 2020 by Inspector Will Snyder, and the following violations were observed. Code section 8-148A, there's a badly deteriorated vessel docked in the waterway adjacent to this property. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted by Senior Inspector Manny Garcia on August 4th, 2021, and the violation remained as depicted in the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting the vessel to be removed within 10 days to comply with the violation, or $100 a day thereafter.
10 days.
100, 10 days or 100.
10 days to remove the vessel.
Okay, I find the violation does exist, 10 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 15, Inspector Bernstein presenting, case number CE 21060460, address 6824 Northwest 24th Way, owner Antoinette Carter. Property was posted 7/20/21 and posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Bernstein Sandberg, City of Lauderdale Community Enhancement, case number CE 21060460, 2060, property address 6824 Northwest 24th Way. Let's see. Yeah, this property was inspected in June 17, 2021. Section code 18-12A complied. 9-313A, property address is not identified by approved address. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains or missing peeling paint, including but not limited to fascia. This is a recurring violation. Previous case number CE 1705-0821 and CE 1707-0359. Due to non-compliance, the notice of hearing was posted on the property July 20th, 2021. A pre-hearing inspection was done on August 8, 2021. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows the violation as depicted. The city is requesting 21 days to comply or a fine of $25 per day per violation.
21 days. All right. Find that each violation does exist, 21 days to comply, $25 per day thereafter.
Next case is on page 70. On page 18, Dorian Clorian presenting, case number CE 21020086, address 1600 Northwest 5th Street, owner Maximus LLC, posted at property 7/14/2021, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Cloyan, City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 21020086, case address 1600 Northwest 5th Street. This property was first inspected on February 3rd, 2021, and the following violations were observed. 18.4C has been complied. 18.12 has been complied. However, this is a recurring violation under code case CE 1910-0269, and we are seeking a finding of fact. 9280H1 has been complied. This is also a recurring violation under code case CE 1910-0269, and we are seeking a finding of fact for that violation as well. 9305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and or missing ground cover, including the swale area. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and the violation for 9305B remains as depicted in the photos and submitted for the record. The city is requesting the finding of fact for the 1812A and 9-280H1 and 14 days to comply for 9305B or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
As to 9-305B, I find the violation does exist, 14 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter. As to 18-12A and 9-280H, I find that each violation did exist.
Thank you.
Next case, at the bottom of the page, Dorian Inspector Caloyan presenting CE 2003-0277, address 3058 West Broad Boulevard, owner Glad Realty Corp. Property was posted 7/20/2021, posted at City Hall 7/27/2021.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Cologne, City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 200300277, case address 3058 West Broward Boulevard. This property was first inspected on March 6, 2020, and the following violation was observed. 47-20.20H, there are parking facilities that are not being maintained at this property. There is litter and trash in and around the back of the property, and there are holes in the parking lot, and it needs to be resurfaced. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on August 9th, 2021, and it shows that the violation remains as depicted on the photos and submitted for the record. City is requesting 28 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 28 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 21. James Fetter presenting. This is a citation. Case number CE 21050964, address 1301 Miami Road. Owner, an area, Charlotte Search. It was first cited on 5/29/2021 to comply by 5/30/2021. One section complied at $200. Fines accrued $200. City is requesting no fines. However, he wants a finding of fact.
James Fetter for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case number CE 21050964, located at 1301 Miami Road. The violation of 24-27.B. There were waste containers left at the roadside overnight after collection day and not pulled back to an approved location. A citation was issued, giving 24 hours to comply. I went back on June 1st and they were in compliance, and the city is just asking for a finding of fact with no fines imposed.
I make a finding of fact the violation does exist, no fines will be imposed.
Next case is on page 22. Paulette DeGrosso presenting. Case number CE 21050018. Case address 3310 Auburn Boulevard. Owner SRP Sub LLC. Was first cited on 5/3/2021 to comply by 5/4/2021. One section complied at 150. She listening? Fines accrue of $150. City is requesting full amount. The appeal deadline was 5/19/2020. No appeal received.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Inspector Del Grasso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. As one day was not in compliance, the city requests the imposition of the civil penalty in the amount of $150 due to the overnight parking of a commercial vehicle at the location.
I'm going to impose the fine of $150.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case is the bottom of the page. Case number ENFCODE-19100135, address 6301 Northwest 9th Avenue, owner 6301 Powerline Station LLC. Case was first heard 2/25/2021 to comply by 3/4/2021 and 4/29/2021. Two sections not complied at $200, three sections not complied at $100, total fine $77,000.
Officer Bernstein, Sandburg, City of Fort Lauderdale, Community Enhancement, case number ENF-code-CE 1910-0135, property address 6301 Northwest 9th Ave. These violations were first cited on October 16, 2019. This case first came before the special magistrate on February 25th, 2021, where evidence was presented and the magistrate found for the city. Property was to come into compliance by April 29th, 2021. According to the permitting department, permit building number 2003-0001 and 2003-0004 have been on file for paving and plumbing parking lot since March 2nd, 2021. A pre-hearing inspection on August 8th, 2021 show all violations remains as depicted on in the pictures. I would like to enter the photos into evidence that shows violation as depicted. The city is requesting full amount continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Next case is on page 23. Case number CE 21010399, address 1345 Northeast 4th Avenue. Owner, Amin Pain Relief Nautical LLC. Case was first heard 3/9/2021 to comply by 5/11/2021. One section not complied at $50 a day. Fines accrue to $4,500. City's requesting full amount and continue to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Next case on page 24. Case number CE 20070555, address 824 Ponce de Leon Drive. Owner, Good Service Realty, Inc., care of Ingboard, Leatherbury. Case was first heard 5/11/2021 to comply by 6/15/2021. Two sections not complied at $25 a day. Fines accrue to $2,750. City's requesting full amount, which continues to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Next case is on page 25, case number CE 20120723, address 5701 Northeast 22nd Way. Owner, David Kanovich. Case was first heard 3/9/2021 to comply by 5/11/2021. One section complied at $50 per day. Fines accrue to $1,050. City is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Next case on page 25, case number CE 21040124, address 30 Bay Colony Lane. Owner, Jeffrey A. Davis. This is a citation. It was first cited on 4/19/2021 to comply by 4/26/2021. One section complied at $250. Fines accrued to $5,000. City requests full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Next case on the same page, case number CE 21010883, address 2674 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Owner, Aaron Gonzalez and Vito Stragalia. It was first heard 5/11/2021 to comply by 5/21/2021. Two sections complied at $50. Fines accrue to $800. City requests full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Next case, page 26, CE 2101-1056, address 6520 Northwest 9th Avenue. Owner, 6520 Powerline Warehouse LLC. Case was first heard 5/11/2021 to comply by 6/15/2021. One section not comply at $50. Fines accrue to $2,750. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Next case, CE 2012-0910, address 6781 Northwest 32nd Avenue. Owner, Craig and Jeannie Sutherland. Case was first heard 4/13/2021 to comply by 5/11/2021. One section complied at $50. Fines accrue to $650. City is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Page 27, bottom of the page, this is a citation. Case number CE 21050850, address 3001 East Las Olas Boulevard. Owner, Brooklyn 46 LLC. It was first cited 5/26/2021 to comply by 5/31/2021. One section complied at $250. Fines accrued $3,250. City is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Next case is on page page 32. It's a citation, case number CE 21060594, address 241 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner Brooklyn 46 LLC, care of Joyner Management Company. Case was first cited 6/21/2021 to comply by 6/21/2021. One section complied at $250, fines accrue for $250. City is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Next case on the same page, case number CE-191103330, address 660 Southwest 30th Avenue, owner Tally Landio, first heard 3/5/2020 to comply by 4/16/2020. Suspensions are noted. Two sections complied at $25. Fines accrued to $8,175. City is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Next case is on page 33, case number CE 201-20915, address 1105 Northwest 23rd Avenue, owner Tisha Nelson. Case was first heard 5/11/2021 to comply by 6/8/2021. Two sections not complied at $25, fines accrued to $3,100. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Next case, at the bottom of the page, CE 20120916, address 2091 Southwest 36 Terrace, owner Robert Dejoux. Case was first heard 4/13/2021 to comply by 5/18/2021. Two sections not complied at $100. Fines accrued to $16,600. City is requesting full amount, which continues to accrue.
The city's request is granted.
Next case is on page 36. Case number CE 201-10396, address 2451 Northwest 16th Street, owner Harold Carr Davis Estate. Case was first heard 3/9/2021 to comply by 5/11/2021. Two sections not complied at $50 a day. Fines accrued to $9,000. City is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
That concludes the cases for today. We would like to read into the records as exhibits, page 40 and 41. Complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
Granted. All right. Stand adjourned.
That concludes the 8/10/2021 special magistrate hearing.